Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with LiteForex. It is March 20th, Friday. I'm going to break down the major Forex pairs, but first, please subscribe to the channel and go to the link in the description below this video. Okay, let's take a look at Australian USD to start. Now, the last day I made a video was the 18th, and I was expecting a rebound. Now we did dip quite a bit below. We got some support now at 55, but we did rebound. You can see we rebounded when I thought we were going to rebound the next day, and then we've rebounded today, but we've pulled back, and we are the way this is setting up, it's potentially setting up to continue going lower. So 57 is going to be an important support price, and then of course 56, and then definitely 55, which was the low yesterday, the 19th. Now, just looking at the 60-minute, it is showing we could rebound. Now, this is very, very important when you look at this chart, just the way we're, as of right now, we are trending up. So obviously if we break above 59, 6 is going to be very, very important. So let's see if we can break above 6, and then that would be what you would want to see if it's going to continue this move up. But just the way the daily is looking, it looks like we're setting up to at least test these lows. But for now, it's holding 57. But let's take a look at the Australian futures. Right, so there's that rebound. So I called that pretty good, just like I do. I call pretty accurately week after week. Yeah, so we're holding 57 on the futures. But this is setting up to come down and potentially test that 57 and break it. Let's just watch the price action on the 60 and see if it can break above 6. Okay, let's take a look at Euro USD. Okay, so when I looked at this here on the 18th, I was expecting a rebound more because we did hit some support at 1.08. And then it pulled up. So it looked very promising for a rebound. Now it did rebound. It came up and it hit resistance on that very important price of 1.1. So that was important support on the 17th. It busted through on the 18th, and then it came up and it didn't come near that price, that resistance price, and then back down. Very, very bearish. Big rangy drop. So you're going to get this rebound the next day. And going forward, now we got 1.08 is going to be the resistance. And we have to look at the next level here, and that's going to be, well, we are holding some support at 1.07. 1.07 right there. We're a little bit below it, but we're roughly around there. We have to look at 1.06 as next level of support. It's a very, very bearish candle today, though. Price opened, came up, and then back down. The momentum is to the downside. Now, when we look at the 240 and the 60, it is holding some support at these lows, 1.0638. But realistically, I'd want to see this break above 1.0814. So that's how I would play this if I'm looking, if this is looking like it is going to turn around. For right now, it's looking more to the downside. Let's check out the Euro futures. Euro futures. Okay, so yeah, this big gap. Huge gap from the moving average. Big drop this week. Huge range. The 240 is definitely looking like has the characteristics of a bottom, or at least a temporary bottom, just on this 240. Just the way this candle's looking, where the moving average is positioned, it does look like it's looking more like a rebound is coming. So let's see if it can break above 1.08. That would be an important price to break. Okay, let's take a look at the pound USD. Okay, so on the pound USD, I was expecting a rebound when I looked at this on the 18th, and we got that rebound. Actually, yesterday it did come up, but it hit resistance at 1.18. So that was the key price I drew in last day, or when I made the video, and you can see it came close to it and then came down very, very bearish. And then that price that I drew in, the next level of support, 1.14, hit a low, 1.1410, and then started pulling up. So you know that support's strong when it comes that close to that price and then starts rebounding. Now it did rebound quite a bit, but then pulled back. So going forward, it's you look at the big drop this month and the last couple weeks, and you see that support on the weekly. So it is logical that we could continue this rebound. I don't like the way the daily chart is setting up, but the lower time frames, there's definitely some potential for a bounce, but I'd want to see I would want to see 1.19 get taken out to be really confident that this is going to have a nice rebound. Let's take a look at the pound futures. Well, looking at the pound futures, this is looking like it's really setting up to continue going bearish, but it is putting in higher lows. Oops, higher lows. Very bearish candle today. The momentum is all to the downside. But we do have to make note that we are putting in higher lows, and we had such a big drop. Support at 1.14. Usually when you get a big drop like this, you're not just going to continue like we did last week. Barely any rebound. Just pretty much tiny rebound and continued down. Expect more of a rebound this week, but the daily's definitely showing we're bearish. So I'm a little mixed on the pound USD. So when I'm mixed, when different time frames are telling me something else, I gotta stay neutral. Daily's telling me we're gonna go bearish. Every other time frame is telling us we're gonna rebound. We are putting in higher lows on the daily though, so it's a toss-up. Let's wait and see how it plays out. New Zealand USD. Okay, so New Zealand, yeah, I was expecting a rebound for the 19th yesterday. And look, it did come up quite a bit and put in a lower high, back down. Long upper wick, long lower wick. Support at 55. Of course, it did dip below 55, but that's an important support price. And right now, we're hovering around 57. So this one, putting in lower highs. Well, just like the Australian USD, it's definitely, I'd like to see this, see if it can break out above 58, 58.50. If it can hold these lows here and then break out above 58.50, that would be interesting for a potential long trade. But the daily chart's telling me more downside. Let's take a look at the New Zealand futures. Okay, and the New Zealand futures are showing more downside, but we have got to look at these big ranges on the weekly, and you have to expect a bit of a pull up. So Yeah, the New Zealand dollar. Let's just see if it can break above 58.50. We'll go with that. Okay, USD Canadian dollar. All right, now I was expecting a pullback on this one because we hit resistance at 1.47. It's just been going straight up. You can see it did pull back on the 18th quite a bit, and it just looked like it was setting up to pull back. Then the next day, long upper wick, tried to continue this run, just ran out of steam, and it was pretty obvious that it was going to pull back today just based on the last 2 days. But it did dip below these important levels of support, 42, 43, but it pulled back up and closed above them. So the USDCAD has just been so bullish. There is a bit of resistance around 45. So let's see if this can continue the break to the upside, but it's got to start breaking 46 and 47. It's just going straight up. Nothing goes straight up forever. And if we look at the Canadian dollar, it's been getting absolutely demolished. I was saying a while ago how 75 cents, there was support at 75 cents on the Canadian dollar. And that was going back for quite some time here. Support at 75, that got taken out on February 27th, and then just here's the collapse. The way the daily's setting up, it's setting up to come down and test these lows. That's the way it's setting up, at least on the daily. The 240 is showing that it could be breaking out. So let's see, 0.70335. If it could break above that price, I think this could continue to rebound. Yeah, you just look at the high time frames and it really is due for a rebound. But again, this one's showing the daily looking quite bearish. So I think I'm gonna wait and see on this one. Not every day I can find a perfect looking setup. Usually I can look at a chart and map out what I see is going to happen the next day. Right now, on a lot of these today, I'm looking at it and I'm kind of mixed. And that's okay, because you can't always read what the market is going to do when you're breaking down charts. So let's just I'm just going to wait and see how this plays out, how the price action plays out Sunday night. Okay, lastly, USD yen. USD yen has been very, very bullish. And I put in the support at 108. And you can see the next day it held that support, pulled back slightly, big rangy candle. So if I did a video yesterday, I would have said we were going to pull back and the support would be at 109. And you can see it came down, hitting a low of 109.33 and then pulled back up. You look at the high time frames, the monthly and the weekly, and it does show that there's more upside, but this has just been going straight up here. We're going to put support now at 1.10. Sorry, 110. It's going to be an important support price. We got resistance at 111 as well. Now you have to assume we're going to take out these prices from going back to February 21 and 20 and 21. 112, there was some resistance previously. You have to assume that is going to get taken out in this run. But when I look at the 240 and I look at the 60, it is showing resistance at the high, 111.50. And the way this is setting up right here, it looks like it wants to pull back. So let's see if this can hold 110.37. If it breaks 110.37, this is going to come down and it's going to test 109.50. Would be another important level if we're looking at the 60. So yeah, that's how I'm going to play this. I'm going to be bullish, but I think this could come back more before it continues this uptrend. Now, if we get out of the gates and we hold 110 and it comes down, finds support on 110 and continues breaking through 111 and so forth, then I think this will continue. But I don't think it's going to continue for long, just going up in this straight upward manner. Things just don't go straight up for long. They're going to pull back. Something to remember. Let's take a look at the yen futures. Yen futures, we're very overextended. We're gapping down. This is looking like it should have a rebound the next day. So that would send the USD yen down. Yeah, just looking at the 240 and the 60, you can just see the support, and this is setting up more like a rebound is coming. Okay, so that's the breakdown for March 20th, Friday. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos, and again, go to the link in the description below this video. All right, have a great weekend, and thank you for watching.